Well, thanks everyone for coming. It's a good turnout.
What do you mean?
She's a little bit nervous to cheer her up.
And, I'd find her eventually, but she wouldn't become like one of my best friends. But I must say, Mary and I have become best friends, and I'm really delighted by that, especially because when I first saw her, when I finally did meet her, it was at the Minnesota Center for Book Arts. And she was assisting with a talk that was going on there. And she looked much like she does today, lovely. And she was just assisting. She hadn't opened her mouth yet. And I thought, what a demure woman.
Hey, why is that funny? Why is that funny? I'm super demure.
She's so demure.
Once I found out what it meant.
Yeah. So that kind of sums up a lot of our relationship too, because I'll throw out those big words, and then Mary's like, "What?" And then
Why is that funny again?
She prints, and then she prints things way funnier and cooler than I've ever come up with. And she also is very prolific. And as you can see, I think most of the stuff in this room you've done in the last 2 years. Yeah. And then the more I got to know Mary, I also got to know Mary Ann. And where's Mary Ann? Hi, Mary Ann. And I feel like I've gotten to know Don in some way too, through Mary Ann and Mary. And I don't want to get them all verklempt, so I won't say too much more, except that, whenever they say something like, I wish Don could be here, I think that too, because I wish I could have met him. But I also think Mary wouldn't be here in St. Joe printing probably at this time if Don were here. So it's one of those twists in life that, as with so many things Mary does, lifts my spirit, makes me laugh, and I'm just so glad that Mary's here and you're all here to welcome her. And I told her I would keep talking, so she'd only have to say a couple minutes of stuff. But I hope that she will grace us with some of her demure words for a little while. And thank you, Mary.
Oh, I totally blanked. I have no idea what to say. But I'm just happy that this is finally happening. I've kind of been prepping for this for a long time. I've been back for 5-6 years. It's hard for me to believe that my dad's been gone for like 7 years now. But I've done more in my life since he's been not around than I ever did in the combined time that he was around, which is kind of good and bad, whatever. I didn't know what I was doing then, and I feel like I finally kind of sort of do a little bit, which is exciting. And so all these things have been happening, and all these things have been like getting sharper and better, and all these networks and people I've been meeting, and events that have been happening. And the timing of this show right now is just absolutely perfect. It couldn't have happened any earlier because I wouldn't have been ready and that kind of thing. But like putting it together and seeing the different things, my stuff next to his stuff, I don't think I really got how much. How similar it is. And I think that it's interesting that even though we never really talked about art and sat down and had like super mega heart-to-hearts, we'd share like a old Milwaukee's Best, and still it like transcended, and came through. And it's awesome, and it's super cool that people are digging on it, and the cards are a blast, and I'm just pumped, and I'm gonna faint. So thank you, and thank you to Adam and Rachel and my mom and all my interns and my nieces and my brother and everybody. Okay, done. Thank you. Stop looking at me. Okay. That's so dumb. Why do I get like that? Who cares? I can't even hold this. It's gonna. Oh.